Hello and welcome to quiz class. Today we have 100 questions on general knowledge. So let's begin with question number 1. What natural material is the primary diet of a silkworm? Bamboo leaves, mulberry leaves, or oak leaves? Mulberry leaves. Which chemical element was formerly known as wolfram? Uranium, osmium, or tungsten? Tungsten. What is the capital city of the Canadian province Newfoundland and Labrador? St. John's, Halifax, or Charlottetown? St. John's. Which bone are babies born without, which later develops between the ages of 2 and 6? The patella, the femur, or the tibia? The patella. What language has the most letters in its alphabet with 74 characters? Khmer, Thai, or Tamil? Khmer. In what modern country was the ancient city of Carthage located? Libya, Tunisia, or Egypt? Tunisia. What is the art of cutting trees and bushes into ornamental shapes called? Topiary, arboriculture, or bonsai? Topiary. What was the first country to use postcards? Germany, France, or Austria? Austria. Which country produces the most oxygen thanks to its vast rainforests? Brazil, Indonesia, or Congo? Brazil. What type of bridge is London's Tower Bridge, technically speaking? Bascule bridge, suspension bridge, or cantilever bridge? Bascule bridge. What is the main ingredient in the traditional dish fugu that requires chefs to have a special license to prepare it? Pufferfish, salmon, or tuna? Pufferfish. What is the only active diamond mine in the United States? Crater of Diamond State Park, the Kimberley Mine, or the Bingham Canyon Mine? Crater of Diamonds State Park. What is the only non-human animal to have been charged with espionage? A dog, a cat, or a pigeon? A pigeon. What planet in our solar system has the most extensive system of rings? Saturn, Jupiter, or Uranus? Saturn. What was the first synthetic dye made from coal tar called? alizarin, indigo, or mauvine? Mauvine. Who invented the first mechanical computer? Alan Turing, Thomas Edison, or Charles Babbage? Charles Babbage. Question 17. What is the oldest known cooking recipe and what is it for? A recipe for bread from ancient Egypt, a recipe for beer from ancient Sumer, or a recipe for stew from ancient Greece? A recipe for beer from ancient Sumer. What is the shortest war in recorded history and how long did it last? The Anglo-Zanzibar War for 38 minutes, the Six-Day War, or the Falklands War? The Anglo-Zanzibar War. What phenomenon is responsible for the aurora borealis? The interaction of the Earth's magnetic field, solar wind alone, or lunar influence? The interaction of the Earth's magnetic field. What is the primary component of natural gas? Ethane, methane, or propane? Methane. Which element is measured in carats when assessing its purity? Gold, silver, or platinum? Gold. What was the first element to be artificially produced? Plutonium, uranium, or technetium? Technetium. Who was the first female prime minister of a European country? Angela Merkel, Germany, Margaret Thatcher, United Kingdom, or Tarja Halonen, Finland? Margaret Thatcher, United Kingdom. What is the phobia known as xanthophobia, the fear of? The dark, heights, or the color yellow? The color yellow. What composer wrote the famous piece known as the Wedding March? Mendelssohn, Johann Sebastian Bach, or Beethoven? Mendelssohn. Which country invented the sport of badminton? India, China, or England? England. What is the more common name for the medical condition epistaxis? Nosebleed, headache, or earache? Nosebleed. What historical figure is the game of chess believed to represent? King Arthur. It is a general representation of medieval warfare, or Charlemagne. It is a general representation of medieval warfare. What was the first planet to be discovered using the telescope in 1781? Neptune, Saturn, or Uranus? Uranus. Question 30. What is the hottest chili pepper in the world according to the Scoville scale? The ghost pepper, habanero, or Carolina Reaper? Carolina Reaper. What metal has the highest electrical conductivity? Silver, copper, or gold? Silver. What is the scientific term for the study of muscles? Myology, kinesiology, or dermatology? Myology. Which fish has its heart located in its head? Clownfish, tuna, or the barrel-eye fish? The barrel-eye fish. What is the smallest unit of memory in computer terminology? Bit, byte, or kilobyte? Bit. What is the only U.S. state that does not have a rectangular flag? Texas, Ohio, or Florida? Ohio, it has a pennant shape. What is the term for a group of flamingos? A flock, a flamboyance, or a gaggle? A flamboyance. Which author wrote under the pseudonym Ellis Bell? Emily Bronte, Charlotte Bronte, or Anne Bronte? Emily Bronte. What is the longest time between two twins being born? 87 days, 48 hours, or 30 days? 87 days. What fruit has its seed on the outside of its skin rather than the core? Apple, peach, or strawberry? Strawberry. Question 40. Who was the first man to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Amelia Earhart, Howard Hughes, or Charles Lindbergh? Charles Lindbergh. What is the rarest naturally occurring plant on Earth? Encephalartos woodi, Rafflesia arnoldi, or Weltwichia mirabilis? Encephalartos woodi. Which language is considered the most linguistically diverse in the world? Papua New Guinea, Indian languages, or African languages? Papua New Guinean languages. What astronomical phenomenon occurs when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth and in a full phase? A supermoon, a blue moon, or a blood moon? A blood moon. What is the term for the fear of being out of mobile phone contact? Technophobia, nomophobia, or agoraphobia? Nomophobia. Which element was discovered on the sun before it was found on Earth? Helium, neon, or hydrogen? Helium. What is the name of the large caldera volcano located in Yellowstone National Park? Mount St. Helens, the Yellowstone caldera, or Long Valley caldera? The Yellowstone caldera. Who is credited with inventing the first pressure cooker in 1679? Dennis Papin, James Watt, or Richard Trevithick? Dennis Papin. What ancient civilization is known for creating the earliest known map of the world? The Egyptians, the Babylonians, or the Greeks? The Babylonians. What is the longest one-syllable word in the English language? Stretched, thrilled, or screeched? Screeched. Which two countries share the longest international border? Russia and China, Canada and the United States, or Argentina and Chile? Canada and the United States. What type of animal is a sea wasp? A jellyfish, a sea urchin, or a type of seaweed? A jellyfish. What is the only capital city in the world not connected by road to the rest of its country? Juneau, Alaska, USA, Canberra, Australia, or the capital of Nunavut, Canada? Iqaluit, the capital of Nunavut, Canada. What is the most ancient known city in the world? Jericho, Babylon, or Damascus? Jericho. What was the first element created artificially by humans? Plutonium, technetium, or neptunium? Neptunium. Technetium. What literary character is known as the Napoleon of crime? Lex Luthor, Dr. Moriarty, or Professor Moriarty? Professor Moriarty. Question 56. Which plant can live for up to 1,000 years and bloom only once in its lifetime? The agave plant, the giant sequoia, or the baobab tree? The agave plant. What is a term for a double rainbow where the second rainbow has its colors reversed? A mirrored rainbow, a secondary rainbow, or a refractive rainbow? A secondary rainbow. Which king of England was crowned on the battlefield? Richard III, Henry VII, or Edward IV? Henry VII. What phenomenon explains the splitting of light into colors in a prism? Dispersion, diffraction, or refraction? dispersion. Question 60. Which fruit has more genes than humans? The banana, the watermelon, or the apple? The watermelon. Who was the first mathematician to calculate the circumference of the Earth? Aristophanes, Archimedes, or Ptolemy? Aristophanes. What is the only muscle in the human body that is attached at only one end? The bicep, the tricep, or the tongue? The tongue. What was the world's first national park? Yosemite National Park, Banff National Park, or Yellowstone National Park? Yellowstone National Park. Which country has the most time zones, including its overseas territories? Russia, France, or the United States? France. What is the oldest recorded town in the UK? Bath, York, or Colchester? Colchester. Which metal is liquid at just above room temperature? Mercury, gallium, or bismuth? Mercury. What is the most isolated tree in the world known for its extreme solitude until it was knocked down? The tree of Tenere, the lone pine, or the Patagonian cypress? The tree of Tenere. Who was the first person to theorize that the Earth orbits the Sun? Galileo Galilei, Johannes Kepler, or Nicholas Copernicus? Nicholas Copernicus. What is the study of ancestry known as? Genealogy, genomics, or gene editing? Genealogy. We are at question 70. Which enzyme was the first to be artificially synthesized in a laboratory? Urease, insulin, or lysozyme? Urease. What concept in physics describes the displacement of the spectrum to redder colors in light? Blue shift, red shift, or light dispersion? Red shift. Which opera by Wagner takes approximately 15 hours to perform in its entirety? The Ring Cycle, Parsifal, or Tristan and Isolde? The Ring Cycle. What language family does Hungarian belong to, distinguishing it from most other languages in Europe? Uralic, Indo-European, or Altic? Uralic. Which book holds the record for the most translated document by a living author? Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, or The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. What is the name of the ancient device discovered in a shipwreck that is believed to be an early analog computer? The Antikythera mechanism, the Baghdad battery, or the Roman abacus? The Antikythera mechanism. Which element has the highest melting point of all known substances? Tungsten, carbon, or iridium? Tungsten. What is a term for a fear of shadows? Photophobia, sciaphobia, or nyctophobia? Sciaphobia. Which letter is most used in the periodic table? A, M, or S? A. What species of bird is known to build the largest tree nests ever recorded? The red-tailed hawk, the African harpy eagle, or the bald eagle? The bald eagle. Question 80. What psychological phenomenon causes people to obey authority figures famously demonstrated in the 60s? The Milgram experiment, the Stanford prison experiment, or the Asch conformity experiments? The Milgram experiment. What is the main ingredient in a traditional Japanese ink stick? Soot, charcoal, or indigo? Soot. What astronomical event is the term syzygy used to describe? A solar eclipse, a meteor shower, or the alignment of three celestial bodies? The alignment of three celestial bodies. Who invented the first digital electronic computer? Konrad Zuse, Alan Turing, or John Atanasoff? Konrad Zuse. What is the term for the alignment of three celestial bodies? Syzygy, triangulation, or orbital conjunction? Syzygy. Which scientist first determined the speed of light? Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, or Ole Romer? Ole Romer. Question 86. What is the name of the brightest star in the night sky? Polaris, Sirius, or Betelgeuse? Sirius. What is the official state sport of Maryland? Lacrosse, baseball, or jousting? Jousting. What is considered the deadliest insect in the world due to its role in transmitting diseases? The tsetse fly, the flea, or the mosquito? The mosquito. What is the branch of mathematics that studies the properties of integers? Algebra, number theory, or calculus? Number theory. What literary character has been portrayed by the most actors in film and television? Dracula, Sherlock Holmes, or James Bond? Sherlock Holmes. What phenomenon describes the sound produced by the liquid inflation and collapse of bubbles in a liquid? Sonoluminescence, photoluminescence, or thermoluminescence? Sonoluminescence. Which plant can only be found on the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro? The baobab tree, the acacia tree, or the Kilimanjaro tree? The Kilimanjaro tree. What is the most chemically inert metal often used in laboratory equipment for its resistance to corrosion? Gold, platinum, or silver? Platinum. What is the deepest freshwater lake in the world? Lake Tanganyika, Lake Superior, or Lake Baikal? Lake Baikal. Which historical figure is known for developing the first successful vaccine for smallpox? Edward Jenner, Jonas Salk, or Louis Pasteur? Edward Jenner. What is the legal term for a law that punishes individuals or groups without a trial? Ex post facto law, writ of habeas corpus, or bill of attainder? Bill of attainder. What was the first synthetic plastic called, invented in 1907? Nylon, bakelite, or polyester? Bakelite. What is the name of the paradox that involves a cat in a box, simultaneously alive and dead? Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, Schrodinger's cat, or Pavlov's dog? Schrodinger's cat. What geometric shape forms the basis for most computer graphics? Triangle, square, or circle? Triangle. And question 100, which instrument measures the speed of wind? Anemometer, barometer, or hygrometer? Anemometer. And our bonus question, what is the oldest known musical instrument? Let us know the answer in the comments and how well you did. We'd love to hear that. And as always, thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and we will see you in our next quiz. Bye-bye.